What if growth wasn't the goal? What if you didn't need to scale, hire, and chase investors to be successful? In a world obsessed with bigger is better, Paul Jarvis's company of one argues the absolute opposite. That staying small can actually make your business stronger, more profitable, and way more pleasurable to actually run. It's a message that every entrepreneur needs to hear, especially in a world where growth has basically become a religion. So Paul Jarvis is a designer and a writer, and he's built a six-figure business entirely solo. So he's got no team, he's got no offices, no overheads, and inevitably no burnout. So just systems, boundaries, and a deliberate rejection of the scale at all costs strategy. So company of one isn't anti-ambition per se, it's anti-assumption. So it asks you whether your drive to grow at all costs and get bigger and scale and all this sort of stuff is driven from your actual definitions of success and your ambitions, or whether it's just borrowed from startup culture. So for those founders who are constantly feeling the pressure of hiring and scaling and building the next big thing, then this book is a bit of an exhale and a breath of fresh air. So most businesses chase growth without actually asking why. Now, another book that I always recommend is Simon Sinek's Start With Why. And if you haven't done that, then I suggest you go back, read that book, understand why you start with why, and define why you want to grow in the first place. Because Jarvis argues that scaling just because you should actually leads to more stress, less freedom, and lower margins. The problem is, so much content on social media at the moment is focused on scaling. It sounds impressive, those big numbers, hiring big teams, all of that sort of stuff. It's the reason why I started my Small Teams, Big Profits series, because so many people out there don't actually want to grow to this mega business, sell it off to a big corporation and lose their soul. Some people just want to have a great business that serves them, gives them more time with their loved ones, and actually makes them be way more profitable. A lot of the time, it's to do with prestige. So you really have to ask yourself, what is the point of more revenue if it gives you less control? So being small isn't a failure. It's a strategic choice. A smaller business can pivot faster, operate leaner, and deliver actually higher quality results because they are able to operate on the smaller scale and sift through the processes without having to go through several layers of management. But the thing is, so many people see small as a failure. For example, even with this channel, many people look at this video and think, oh, this person doesn't have many subscribers, therefore she doesn't know what she's talking about, therefore I won't listen. I have the same thing on Instagram. As I started a new channel on Instagram, I have been building that up and I've only got 100 followers to start with, and people are like, what do you know? Why are you allowed to give out advice, this is the actual words, if you've only got that few followers? They literally judge you by how big you are. So I get it, size does matter sometimes. But I feel like in this world of business, if you really think about it, who does it matter to? If you're scared of being small because you're scared of what other people think of you, then you're doing this for other people. You are growing to impress other people, all at the detriment to your own profit margins. So as I said, it's often to do with what looks good on the outside. So big numbers look great on a LinkedIn update, but the profit is what actually pays the bills. So if you're running a business for the prestige, for the PR releases that puts you on the front cover of a magazine or gets you on podcasts or gets you on TV or radio, whatever you want to be on, to say that you are this founder of this big successful company, then you're not actually looking at running a real business. You're looking at getting PR for yourself. You're looking for the glory. That's a very different business model. A company of one focuses on building something sustainable and profitable, not a business that looks good from the outside. So the question is, which one do you really want? So what Paul Jarvis doesn't do, he doesn't romanticize solopreneurship, which I know lots of creators do. He says it's only sustainable with proper systems in place, which is something I always bang on about. So really good automation, templates, and boundaries are the reason he's able to replace his team. So freedom isn't the absence of structure, it's the result of it. So how can you use what you read in this book to apply to your business immediately to start making it more profitable and less stressful from day one? Well, I've got 5 ways that you can go away immediately and apply it to your business. And they're 5 things that I'm also applying to mine and my clients to help them become more profitable immediately. So first of all, you need to define your enough. People are constantly chasing bigger and better and more. So when is enough enough? Write down what success actually looks like to you. Income, lifestyle, and freedom. And once you know you're enough, you can stop chasing everyone else's definition of success. Please, please, please measure your profit and not scale. If you've watched any of my other videos before, you know how annoyed I am that turnover is such a big focus in content creator content, because profit is what matters. So if your revenue is growing, but your margins aren't, you're basically working harder for less, which makes no sense. So please actually track what you keep, not just what you earn. The third thing is simple, but most people don't want to do it, and it's just to simplify your offer. I know that you really want to do so many things, but the more things you do, the more you confuse your audience. So the more products, the more clients, and the more services you juggle, the more stress that you actually create for yourself as well. So streamline what you sell and focus on your highest value work. So number 4 is the one you need to be super ruthless with. You've got to start automating or eliminating. So every task that you repeat regularly, i.e. probably weekly, things that you do on an ongoing basis, they should be either automated or delegated. And this is where systems equals sustainability. The absolute fastest way for you to protect your time and your mental health is to say no to absolutely everything that doesn't align with your definition of enough. And this is something that I struggle with, and I've said this in past, but saying no is one of the most powerful things you can do, and it's the quickest way for you to get to your version of enough. So if you've ever felt guilty for not wanting to scale, this book is your permission. It's for founders, it's for freelancers, it's for any business owner who wants more control instead of just growth. You won't agree with everything that he says, but it will start making you question what success really means to you. So as usual, I like to give 3 other book recommendations. So if you like this book, then come back and look at this bit again and definitely check out these books. I think they're super related and really, really helpful. So the first one is Rework by Jason Fried and David Hansen. And I like it because it's basically a no bullshit guide to running a lean, profitable business without all that startup culture bullshit malarkey. The second book is The Minimalist Entrepreneur by Sahil Lavingia. So obviously the title is kind of self-explanatory, but it's about building something meaningful and profitable without chasing this unicorn growth stuff that obviously so many people are trying to do, and you can do this without doing it and being more minimalistic. And the third book is a classic, Anything You Want by Derek Sivers. It's a pretty short book, but really, really good, and it's basically about creating a business that serves your life rather than the other way around. So you don't need a massive team or millions in funding to be successful. You just need clarity, systems, and the guts to say, when is enough? So if Company of One teaches us anything at all, it's that growth for growth's sake is just another trap. Success is not about doing more, it's about doing more of what matters. So tell me, would you rather build something big or build something that actually matters? Please drop your thoughts in the comments below.